Hi, Jerina.
Hey, it's good to see you.
It's so great to see you.
Thank
now,
you.
you stay busy during the year. I mean, of course, you're all involved in weddings and families and babies. I mean, how long have you been a photographer?
Well, I'm getting ready to have my 4th anniversary March 17th. So
March 17th, are you
Yep.
serious? Now, you didn't start out as a photographer, which is so funny because, you know, I walk in and see all of the photographs on your wall and they are just phenomenal.
Well, I appreciate that. No, I actually was a school teacher for 17 years and just kind of decided to follow a passion of mine that I had, and just really, I've been self-taught. No special training at all.
What led you into becoming a photographer? I mean, were you one of those folks who, you know, you were on vacation, the one with all the camera all the time, or, I mean, what led you into that?
I was the mom on the sidelines all the time.
I can relate to that. I can relate.
And gave all the pictures to all the parents when the seasons were over. But my son, my youngest son, is actually a photographer, and I started working with him as the second shooter for his wedding photography. And a year after doing that, I went on my own. So just followed the passion.
Now you have a big event coming up. Of course, the Georgia Bridal Show coming up later this month. You're going to be one of the vendors there. Now this is specifically a day that you don't want to miss out on, especially if you are a bride-to-be and you're looking for that photographer, you're looking for some of those vendors that might be, you know, for your wardrobe or for your cakes or for your flowers, all kinds of vendors at the Georgia Bridal Show later this month. Now you're participating in that. Why is that important to you, Jerina, to participate in the Georgia Bridal Show?
Well, it gives me as a vendor an opportunity to show face, touch, be firsthand right there with these brides that are looking for their vendors. And you know, what better way to meet your vendor than to be in person, meet in person with that bride. So you know, it's so important not only to like someone's work, their photography, but to also be able to get along, because it's such a big part of being a photographer for a wedding.
It's important that you want to interact with these folks, and not only that, have the opportunity to see some of their work firsthand.
That's right. It's real important to be able to for your personalities to match, because sometimes I'm with a bride for 12 hours during that period, and it's important because everybody's not themselves that wedding day, so it is important.
You see that personality change a bit.
You do, and so you know, it's good to know each other beforehand, to know what to expect from me and what you know, just everything in general.
You know, when I'm looking at your work, I notice that you do have some studio shots, but you can't deny the beautiful settings that I see in some of the works that I see hanging on your walls. The locations, the sunsets, the lighting. Which do you prefer, and what is it like being a photographer here in Savannah?
Well, I definitely prefer on-location settings. The natural lighting just lends to the beauty of the subject that I'm shooting. There's just, gosh, you've got the ocean, you've got beautiful open fields, you've got the downtown historic area with the beautiful brick and the columns, and just, you've got everything that a photographer dreams to have right here at our hands, right here in Savannah. You
know, a lot of folks, they've only done school pictures, or they've, you know, taken family photos when a family member, you know, they've been taking photos. But sometimes, you know, I'm sure you've had folks that have never actually done a professional photo shoot. What's the biggest advice that you could give them?
Well, the way I start off a photo shoot is I have the camera up there in position to start shooting, but we just start having these very casual conversations, and I don't pose them to begin with. They're very candid. It's very natural. They don't even realize that their pictures are being taken. They're just in their own personality,
right, and just being themselves.
And those are usually the best shots that we get.
If you'd like more information on Jerina Mack Photography or the Georgia Bridal Show, all you have to do is go to the information you see right there on your screen. Now, this is going to be an incredible event that you do not want to miss. So many vendors will be on hand.